We officially have our first bearish day after having that big run up above 62.5K. And now we are witnessing even more panic and more bearish, comments, and the sentiment is continuing to be negative all over X. And well, we're going to be talking about it in this video. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. As we really look at this space right now, again, the sentiment on X is that we're just going to trail sideways. There's nothing going to happen in, the summertime. There's nothing going to be happening in this market until 2025 because they think that we're in 2020 right now. They think that we're at that point of the summer of 2020 where, nothing really happened around altcoins until 2021. And that's exactly what they are anticipating. And when I say they, I mean the retail crowd over on X. Now, as we really look at what's going on right now, yeah, Bitcoin's having a pullback. And you want to know why? It's because we lost the significant level that I told you guys to watch for on the daily. Now on the weekly, that's the key here. So let's be honest, it's very easy to take positions in crypto, but it's extremely hard to actually have a game plan in place when the time comes to take profits. And that's exactly why I released a completely free exit plan that you can apply to literally every single position that you take in crypto. And the best part about it is that it's completely free. All you have to do to get access is go to the link down in the description below and claim your access now. What are you waiting for? Capture those profits. As we look at Bitcoin, it is down on the 24-hour span, 2.82%. Most of the altcoin market, there's not much gains here. We see significant sell-offs happening right now. I know that there's been some hacks around, a few altcoins like Tau, for an example, which is down almost 17% today. But there is a lot of significant sell pressure going on in this space currently. Now, outside of this, if we actually go over here to the top gainers and losers in the top 500, there is still some nice gains happening in the space. ACH, Alchemy Pay, up almost 10%. Love to see it. And there's even a few other altcoins that we have been talking about in the Discord actually that are up today, but a lot of them are still, and I reiterate this every single time that I talk about altcoins having a nice move, against, the market, a lot of them are just bouncing back off the lows. So these are not legitimate gains unless you bought just recently. They're still trying to bounce back. Now, as we do think about that, and as we look at Bitcoin, what are we waiting for? Well, this is Bitcoin. Now, I ask all of you out there, and I'm not expecting this, I'm just saying that it's a possibility. Would you be able to stomach Bitcoin continuing to, be stale for a couple more days? Don't focus on the timeline here because I'm just kind of showing you guys a path that could potentially happen on Bitcoin. But basically, we lost the 62.5K level today. We actually closed under 62.5K. We closed right around $62,000 on the daily. And this made us sell off, right? And currently, as we look at Bitcoin, it's under 61K. Or it's like right around 61K. The thing that I'm watching for is a daily candle close under $60,185. If we close under the 786, that's where we need to watch closely. The path here is in lower time frames, meaning this would basically be like the hourly or even the 4-hour chart that we would basically be selling off down here, trailing a little bit, and then having an impulsive move back above the 786, closing over it on the daily. But the question is, are we about to have a major move in the market by the Fed? Because what we are witnessing in this space right now is time frame capitulation. And I've talked about this on multiple occasions. This entire sideways momentum is killing the retail sector. They don't want to stay in this market. They're tired of waiting. Since the last Bitcoin high on this chart, it's been over 111 days. This is so long for retail because they're extremely impatient. Retail does not want to wait. And although, during this entire time, we're hearing all these bearish calls, Bitcoin is still in a massive uptrend. I mean, we still have a very bullish setup on Bitcoin right now. Now, as we do look at the weekly, as I've mentioned this on multiple occasions, this is the key, right? Let me get everything off the screen just so that you guys can really kind of see this. So this is what the weekly looks like right now on Bitcoin. All right. The only thing that matters this week is that close above the 786 at around roughly $60,185. But even more important, we want to get a close over $61,411. We do not want to put in a lower low going back to May. That's the only thing that I'm actually focused on right now when it comes to Bitcoin. Outside of Bitcoin, what are we seeing in this market? Well, we're now starting to see the Ethereum narrative continuing to be pushed. Just recently, yesterday, Ethereum at $10,000. Here's how the first spot ETH ETF could make it happen. Outside of this, we also have Ethereum will soar against Bitcoin after ETF approvals, K33 research. Again, hinting at phase 2 of Altseason becoming a reality. We go back over here to Bitcoin, and I just want to go over to the Bitcoin dominance chart. This is what Bitcoin dominance looks like right now on the weekly. This is what it looks like on the daily as well. Again, momentum on Bitcoin dominance is dead. If we look at the daily candle closes, we have this daily candle close back in April. This was a high, followed by a lower high, followed by a lower high. Now we're just waiting for this low down here to be taken out, which was at the end of May, to print in a lower low because we already have those lower highs. Once we lose the low from May, that means that Bitcoin dominance is officially extremely bearish. Now, during this time, you want to focus on the big narrative. The big narrative is Ethereum. And I said recently today on X, I feel like the ETH ETF approval is going to happen when we least expect it. Knowing the TradFi space, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened Friday. Remember, the SEC is in control of this. They can front run the market. We know the big players like BlackRock they already have their ETH ETF submission in. They can force the hand. We saw this with the Bitcoin ETF. They forced the hand of the SEC to approve the Bitcoin ETFs. This could happen. But even if it doesn't happen this week, either way, we know the ETH ETF approval is coming, which will push the Ethereum narrative into overdrive. Phase 2 is still loading. And over here, we have impeding Ethereum ETF launch will lead to eventual institutional investment into DeFi. Big shout out to Smoke Dog for this because he did quote my post. And we have ETH ETFs will be the stepping stone for institutional capital to access access and participate within DeFi. And here we have investment into Ethereum almost always begets deeper interest and eventual investment into DeFi. So institutional investment into Ethereum ETFs will inevitably be a stepping stone to DeFi access and participation. So as we do focus on this, right, they're setting this stage for not only Ethereum to benefit, but also DeFi entirely, which is why I said, DeFi is going to be the big focus once we start to see phase 2 load, because a lot of those DeFi projects are ERC20 tokens. When Ethereum starts its major move to the upside, that's when altcoins go with it, or at least majority of them. Now, talking about Ethereum, it's still at this upper trend line on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. Guys, this trend line goes well back to 2022, but technically even going back to 2021. Okay? Once we break over this, I do think that phase 2, we can officially say it's starting. Beyond this, Ethereum USD still playing by the rules, right? This is still on path. We're still watching this closely. We're just waiting for the next move on this chart. Now, outside of Ethereum, we just got an announcement from Standard Chartered Bank. They're saying $820 billion asset manager Standard Chartered Bank says Bitcoin could reach $100,000 by August. Now, typically, I would not agree with this. Typically, I would say that's bait for the retail sector. But we have been calling for 8,200K by the end of the summer. I'm still on par with that. Just for reference, I still think that by the end of the summer, Bitcoin is going to go to 8,200K. Why? The sentiment around this market is that nothing's going to happen. This is making the retail sector question, no way, September, not happening, just in price might go up. Like, a lot of these individuals in the comments are saying that It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Bitcoin's just going to go sideways for the rest of the summer, which is telling me that the herd believes that we're done. The market's dead. We have to wait until 2025. We have to wait until September, October, November. But guess what? I truly believe that we are going to front run the retail crowd yet again. Outside of this, the Fed. Is the Fed about to push this market to extremely new highs? Well, here we have biggest Fed net liquidity rate of change spike in 15 months. Last time that happened, Bitcoin rose 40% in 1 week. Not assuming a repeat, but you love to see it. And yeah, history doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Let's go back to March of 2023 when we saw the Fed net liquidity rate of change happen. And here you can see it on the bottom, Global Central Bank Liquidity Oscillator. Liquidity is improving, which guess what is very bullish for risk on asset classes. Back in March of 2023, we saw the market sell off, but quickly rebound and push significantly higher. Again, right now, we're seeing Bitcoin selling off. We're right around, $60,700. Everyone's going to panic. Oh, that's it. We're dead. The market's done. It's doomed. And guess what? Right around that same exact time, if we go all the way back, let's go back to March of 2023. All right. Here we have March of 2023. This was February. We were trading at about roughly $24,300. March, we went down to $20,367. Okay. Everyone was calling for sub 20K and it never happened. I think this time around, everyone's going to be calling for sub 60K and it doesn't happen. I could be wrong, but I would like to see that happen. Let's see what happens here. But I also do think that we are going to see a significant surge on Bitcoin and the rest of the market. And the Fed is definitely going to help that because this is liquidity. Liquidity is beneficial for risk on asset classes like crypto. Now, talking about this, the top. Guys, look at this. Look at my screen. This is ridiculous. I said so many grifters that it's actually insane. More fuel for the quarter four top, though. Like I said, focus on the warning signs that we are close to the top. Everyone can keep pushing the 2025, 2026 timeline, but I'm betting against it. Also, never purchase Celebrity Shield anything. So again, supporting my thought process that we are about to heat up in a very large way. Why I think Standard Chartered actually might be right this time around. Again, we have celebrities pushing meme coins. These are massive individuals that have well over 1.7 million followers. Over here, I said we are definitely only a few months away from the top, 3 to 6 months max, and that's my opinion. You have celebrities popping up left and right. You have scam coins launching every other day. Altseason typically lasts 3 to 6 months, and I think that we start next month, aka this month, July. I could be wrong, but that's my prediction. Again, look at the followers, 4.9 million followers. Then, of course, another one, 3.5 million. And we even have community notes. Amber Rose is promoting a scam token with insider dumping on the buyers. Like, this is what's happening right now in the space. So think about celebrities, think about all the big, headline articles. Guess what? It's all warning signs that the top of the market's close. Now, what about altcoins, right? Well, XRP Bitcoin is breaking out. Regardless of what, people are going to say about XRP, guys, XRP is doing an amazing job against Bitcoin right now. In fact, it's doing exactly what we wanted it to do. And here we actually have the squeeze on the daily as well. Technically, I want to look at this on the 3-day because we're trying to squeeze above the first major EMA. But if we actually go to the weekly, we are far away from the first EMA, which is up here at around 880 sats. Once we flip that, guys, we are going to move pretty quick on XRP in terms of the USD chart as well. But right now, we are squeezing on the EMAs, moving even higher, and this is showing significant strength against Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised if the XRP dominance chart was also doing very good. But remember, we knew that this was going to happen because historically, this thing was bottomed out on an area on the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. On an area that we bottomed out on back in 2017 and 2018. So now we are just witnessing XRP gaining momentum against Bitcoin. Now also, HBAR. HBAR is pretty flat right now. but I do expect this one to also wake up in a large way. All altcoins right now are kind of starting to wake up, and it's because of Bitcoin dominance dropping and looking pretty bearish. Even Casper, right? Everyone has been talking down on Casper because it's been extremely oversold. It's, hitting an all-time low on the USD chart. Guys, the Bitcoin pair for Casper right now is breaking out slightly above this wedge. We want to see a much larger move. The first major area that we are looking to flip and target for Casper on the Bitcoin pair is 135% away. Maybe the USD, T chart or USD chart will do half of that move, which is still very significant. Now, also, the next level after that is 247% away. This is why those higher risk altcoins that nobody wants to touch, nobody wants to talk about them, they're the best. They might have high risk tied to them, but the return is also very great. And as we do look at Casper, it has a lot of catching up to do. And another altcoin that looks very similar is QNT. Again, QNT from the first level, it's about 30% away almost. From the second level, it's 83.33% away. And QNT just recently started to wake up. In fact, if we actually go over here to the coin market cap and we scroll down to QNT, I believe that it might be in the top 70. I believe that it lost its top 71. It recently had, and right now it's selling off, but again, it just recently had a major impulsive move off of the lows of almost sub $70. I believe that we actually lost $70 for a little bit of time, but it just recently hit $80. We're waiting for a much larger move on QNT, and the Bitcoin pair is still very bullish. And again, this is all because Bitcoin dominance is losing strength and momentum at the time that we're starting to see Ethereum being pushed heavily because of the ETH ETF, approval, rumors and what the ETH ETF approval could do for Ethereum. Again, phase 2 is coming, and this is the warning signs of that. And also the top is getting close, and these are the warning signs of that. But I do believe that the Fed is about to move the market in a very large way. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.